I'm Dave Fitzgerald.
And I'm Dana. Who is that?
Let's take that again.
We can start again. Absolutely.
I'm Dave Fitzgerald.
And I'm Dana Preston.
And we took a left at the Valley.
I know we shouldn't have to scream that we're atheists. You know, we don't have non-astrologers and all that. But with the religious people taking over the world, I mean, we can either speak up or be pushed into a corner.
I'm proud to be an atheist, a skeptic, a non-believer, an infidel, a heathen. I call it how I see it. I say it's ignorance and you just call it faith and unsubstantiated claims. That's something to be ashamed. I'm an atheist.
Coming at you from rainy BC, Alligator, Florida, and Coal Canyon, Texas, this is Left of the Valley 2.0.
Yeah.
My name is Kevin, and I was sitting in a recliner watching a movie, naked, eating Doritos, minding my own business, when Walmart freaking called the cops on me. Sure. Joining me, as usual, is the team who points to a block of cheese, and, it's actually just a loaf of milk.
Fair.
She'd like to buy a bagel with cream cheese, but the cashier only takes cash. Sabrina.
That was a good one.
He was hoping friends with benefits, including medical, dental. Brent Lee.
It doesn't?
No, sorry.
No.
Wait.
I mean, it depends on who you're banging.
I mean, I
That's
guess I'm
true.
glad
That's
that
true.
I heard this now, and so it'd be kind of an embarrassing conversation later.
I bet like Bezos.
And he won't yell in the colander because he'll strain his voice. Benjamin.
Yes, that's true.
Guys, welcome back.
Hey,
So today we'll be talking to
you dragged me here, kicking and screaming.
kicking and screaming, absolutely. So today we'll be talking to Candace Gorham, and we'll be talking about her book on death, dying, and disbelief.
Yeah.
That's in the second half of the show. But first, let's do our usual chit chat. And this show is brought to you by our patrons. You too can become a patron and help us and our efforts in the show. Just go to patreon.com/LATV and you get an unedited, unscripted version of the show and behind the scenes look. Fantastic.
Yeah, there was some good behind the scenes today.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so that made it.
We missed
It
you.
was great. It's got to be great.
Guys, for marketwatch.com, did you guys hear that the red states, talking about COVID here, have been hit the hardest by COVID?
Mhm.
Surprise, surprise. And they've now realized that this is, of course, a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Mhm.
Counties where Trump have received the most vote are actually, they've estimated is 47 out of 100,000 people that are dying in those states, as opposed to 10 out of 100,000 people in the blue states. So there's
Wow.
so it's like
Not just the
4.7
states,
times.
though. Isn't it the counties? Like,
Yes,
didn't
it's the
they look at the
counties.
individual? So if the
Yes.
county was like
But-
super red, then they're
Oh, yeah.
47 out of 100,000. But if it's like super blue, then it's the other way. It's like 10 out of 100,000.
So
It's
if
crazy.
you really want to know where COVID is hanging right now, it's in the red, and deeper the red state. or
Unvaccinated.
counties. Unvaccinated, that's where it's
Can
at.
I tell my
Which is-
personal story here?
Real quick.
Well, it is quick. It's I think we talked about it a little bit on the show about how we were exposed at the beginning of August to COVID,
Mhm.
and there was 2 people that were unvaccinated. The one person actually brought the COVID to the family reunion, and the other was his roommate. His roommate showed almost no symptoms for the first week. Anti-vax, by the way, very anti-vax.
Mhm.
And after the first week, went downhill, ended up in a ICU on a vent, then on ECMO because his organs were all shutting down. And they told everyone, if he makes it through, it's a double lung transplant. At
Which
the
is
very
where we left the
least.
story last time.
He died.
He died. He's down. He's gone.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So
awful.
it also is because this is somebody who's made the news locally. So there's a little bit more information out there. But his wife's Facebook was actually, she was posting while he was in the ICU, fake news fact checked
Ivermectin,
post.
etc.
She actually asked
Wow.
the hospital give him ivermectin. Yes. So
Wow.
the moral of the story is nobody that was at that family reunion that was double vaccinated got even sick, and they were all directly exposed to the same people.
Wow.
So
I want to say one thing real quick. Like, it's crazy too that the numbers are that way. The numbers are like 10 out of 100,000 in blue areas. And the reason that it's so crazy is that blue areas are the highest populated areas usually. Like, it's
Yes.
a
Right.
small portion of like land or whatever, but way more people, right? And then all these
Mhm.
rural areas where nobody's even that close to each other, they're not all using public transportation all the time and shit like that. And they're
So that
not,
really should show something.
that's
Because they're
Yeah.
not masking, they're not vaccinating,
Yeah.
they're just living
Well,
their
and it
life like none of
shows-
this happened.
Yeah, the
God.
denser the dense populated areas too, where you're more likely to get it because you're in closer contact. You can't go to the grocery store without brushing shoulders.
Even here in a place
Yeah.
like Vancouver in BC, I mean, they've estimated now that the local population around Vancouver and the suburbs is 90%. I mean, 90% vaccinated, double vax at this point.
Really, I've not really paid
But
attention. I just know that we're doing okay.
When you're going up north, places like Dawson Creek, like that,
Mhm.
it drops drastically to like 50, 60%.
Dawson's
So,
Creek, where Pacey lives?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's the Dawson.
Yeah. Well,
This is what happens when you rather play politics
Yep.
than actually listen to the science. And
Exactly.
I hate to say that,
Yeah.
but I frankly don't have a lot of sympathy for these people anymore. I really don't. I'm sorry.
Well, see, and they talk all this deep state nonsense, but the reality is, if there is a deep state, the
mhm.
deep state would want them to not get vaccinated, and the best way to do that would be how? Misinformation.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing I just want to throw out there. Why in the world would this deep state want to kill off the tax base?
Yeah.
The high rich people, they don't pay no taxes. It's all you poor people that are dying in troves.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
and to,
it,
and to
there was
piggyback
like,
on what-
oh, sorry, go ahead.
So, and to piggyback on what Benjamin was saying, there was actually an article that came out in Breitbart very recently.
Oh.
Yeah,
a guy
go
named
figure.
John something, and that's exactly what he posits forward. That Howard Stern and are mocking Joe Rogan and all that, and that's somehow a ploy for the Democrats to make sure
That you don't
Republicans don't vaccinate themselves so they can die
Yep.
and win the next election. Kind of.
It's reverse psychology. That's so funny. That was exactly what I was about to bring
It's a
up.
good move.
Well, it is a
From-
good move because
yeah.
it's forcing them to think, hey, maybe we should go get vaccinated so we don't die.
So either this guy's a
We all-
complete kook or he's like the best troll ever.
Right. Yeah, dude. And all we got to do is go tell like people, these Trumpers and shit to like be healthy and like make responsible choices, and they'll be no, fuck you, and then they all die, and then we win elections. See, like
Right.
It's true. Remember,
how it
If,
goes.
if you're not alive to vote, we're gonna
Yeah.
win.
it's true. I mean, you remember when
It's true.
Michelle Obama was trying to put a program to eat healthy in school for the kids?
Yes.
And the first thing they were doing is they were passing cookies through the fence to the kids so they can be sure, and chips to make sure the kids can eat shit.
Yeah,
It's just
they're dropping
insane.
packages out of helicopters over schools.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Insane. In other news, astronomers have discovered probably the largest comet ever seen.
Cool.
It's been named a C/2014 UN 271. It is so large that it's speculated it might actually be a dwarf planet,
Wow.
and it's heading this way.
Oh.
It should be arriving in the area in the year 2031. But don't worry, it's not going to be
10
that.
years. Okay.
It's not going to be that
we got
close. It's
time.
going to be about 11 astronomical units away from us.
Which is?
An astronomical unit is the distance between Earth and the Sun.
I
That's
know
1
that.
AU.
So
So it's going to be 11 AU away. So it's not going to be. It's going to be passing maybe around Saturn or something like that.
Oh, it's not gonna wreck Uranus.
Oh, right in there.
The orbit calculated says that apparently it was back here about 3.5 million years ago last time it was around. And it's at least 10 times bigger than the Hale-Bopp comet. It's estimated that the comet itself, or if it's not a dwarf planet, is about 150 kilometers across. For American friends, about 100 miles across. So it's a pretty big chunk of rock or ice or
Yeah.
whatever it is. We'll know more as it gets closer, obviously. And in fun news, you guys, human technology has limits. Cryogenics can only
No.
go so far.
Are you sure?
Yep. So Pat Robertson
I don't know.
has
Who?
decomposed beyond being able to host a 700 club, and now he's announced he's going to retire.
Yes, I heard
Yeah.
Okay.
this. Finally, after what, like 800 years or something?
Well, actually, the 700 club was actually launched in 1966. So he's been at the helm of this for quite a while. His son, Gordon, will actually take over. He's
Just
91
keep it
now,
in the family.
and he says he plans on living another 29 years.
His son's 91, man. That makes
No.
sense with the way
Pat
Pat
Robertson
Robinson.
is
Yeah.
Although his son might be 91 too. Pat might actually be 100. A few facts about Pat Robertson throughout the years. he made a fortune with blood diamonds out of Africa. That's how he got his money.
Mm-hmm.
In 2006, he claimed he could leg press 2,000 pounds while he was in his 70s.
Oh,
Bullshit.
That's literally a ton. That's a ton.
The 70-year-old Pat Robertson was pressing a ton with his legs. No.
no.
Are.
I have a hard time believing that.
He just
but
left out
okay.
some facts. It's like the two dudes on the side that were lifting it for him.
Yeah. It's just mechanically moving.
Like, oh wait, I was in the metric. I thought I'm milligrams. Wait, what? You guys didn't? Oh, no, milligrams. 2,000 milligrams.
He used to say that the gays had a ring, and he would scratch people. The gays would scratch people with the ring, and they would give him AIDS like that.
I remember hearing that one.
Wild.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He used to also say that gays cause tornadoes and earthquakes and all that.
Oh
shit.
God.
He said in 2018, he said that passing a ban on discrimination on gays would cause an atomic war. That hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
No. Well, that's the thing. The gays got to marry in this country, and
I know, right?
Oh right.
He also said that things like BLM was intended to spark a lesbian Marxist revolution.
oh yes, I've heard this one. It's like,
Wow.
I love that one so much.
So
Like,
he
how
just
does this
kinda
even
got
make sense?
crazier and crazier
He
as
just
he
got
got
crazy.
older.
And he also said that Trump would win. You know what?
Oh, of course he did. They all said Trump would win.
Yeah.
On behalf of all atheists everywhere, I want to thank you, Pat Robertson, for all the laughter throughout the years.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Standing ovation. 10 out of 10 for entertainment.
Oh
Mhm.
man.
0 for everything else. But
Exactly.
it's crazy. Like
Factual.
it's weird that he like turns all the people he doesn't like into fucking superheroes. You got like Storm from X-Men. Apparently, if you're gay, you can just like wreck the, with all these storms and stuff. Then you also got Gene's powers. You can set off all the nuclear bombs if you wanted to,
Yeah.
and then also can start revolutions. Apparently, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, it's everything missing are claws,
Yeah.
Like Wolverine.
You're like, "Wait," but it's great.
Just
'cause
wait,
He's just
just
sitting
give
there.
it
He's
a
like, "What are people scared of?" Okay.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.